Hi there, I'm Carrie Gatto, and I am with Big Picture Realty, a team of Keller Williams Realty. And today I am interviewing another local small business owner, Paige Burns, a videographer and founder and creative director at Main Page Media. Welcome, Paige.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So, can you start us off by briefly describing your business for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Main Page Media, I first and foremost always describe us as a video strategy company. So, while I am a videographer, obviously shooting and editing video is the bulk of our business. I work with a lot of small to medium-sized businesses to help them figure out what their video strategy should be, and then, of course, execute on that. So, a lot of people come to me and say, I know I need to be using video, but I don't know how, or I know I need to be investing in video, but I'm not sure what to create first. And that's really what we specialize in, is helping you figure that out and determine, okay, what's currently working in your business, what's not working in your business, who do you want to attract, who do you not want to attract, really digging into all that stuff to figure out how to most use video most effectively. So people come to us for that, figure out all the strategy, produce, shoot, edit, everything you expect from a videographer. And then we also give you best practices for implementing your video so that we can help you push it out into the world and get the most use out of it that you possibly can.
Great. Yeah. So you're working with a lot of small businesses and entrepreneurs and helping with branding and marketing through video.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I work with a lot of small to mid-sized businesses, so a lot of solopreneurs, a lot of smaller businesses that are service based or tech based. But there's something that's just a little difficult to explain in words, or it's a little difficult to explain, the personality behind a business by just writing it on a website. Those tend to be the people that thrive the most when working with us, is they really need to get their personality out there or explain their mission in a way that really brings humanity into their business.
I mean, that's kind of why I'm doing this too. It's video is king, and everybody wants to see what people are like before they meet them nowadays. So it's a great thriving business to be in for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say that video is your chance to turn a cold lead into a warm lead while you're in your sleep, right? You don't have to actually talk to them, but you can warm them up. They can get to know you, get your general energy, get your vibes, see if that feels a little bit right before even taking that time to schedule a call where you both have to, really commit to getting to know each other on that deeper level.
Absolutely. Paige, where are you originally from?
I grew up in Braintree, Mass.
Okay.
And then I went to college in Boston, and then I lived in Somerville for 6 years. So very local to Massachusetts.
Awesome. And what made you decide to open this business?
I was working in video marketing. So I worked at Simmons University as their in-house video marketer. Was really a one woman show, and they always say one man band, one woman band, right? Doing all of the video marketing for the university. So that was grad, undergrad, alumni relations, different things I was always had a hand in. And in that was able to kind of act as our marketing department acted as a mini agency, right? So we would treat each department that we worked with. Say I was working with the nutrition department, they were a client, right? What are their goals? What are they trying to achieve to recruit students or to get the donations they need, whatever that is. So I really was able to take those skills into my own production company. And I kind of was at this point where I'd worked there for about 4 years. I was like, what's next for me? And I'd always had this idea that I wanted to have my own production company, but I was 27 at the time. I was like, I don't know, maybe when I'm in like my mid 30s, and maybe I had this idea that I was too young to do it, or I didn't know enough.
Mm,
I couldn't do it yet. Maybe I'd start doing it part-time. Maybe I'd freelance for other people. And it was actually in conversations with other producers in the area. I just did the cold outreach. What should I do next with my career? How do I get to where you are right now? And the advice I got from multiple sources was, you start now. And so I very much know myself and know that I am a quit the job, start the business type of person. No fallback plan that'll help me hit the ground running and do everything it takes to get to where I need to go. So I thought hard about it, and I knew I wanted to be helping businesses that maybe can't afford to have someone in-house, or just don't need to have someone in-house. A small business doesn't need to have an in-house videographer creating videos for them on a regular basis. So how can I get those businesses the content they need. And that's really just in starting my own production company and being able to serve them on a project by project basis.
Fantastic. And how long have you been in business now?
It'll be 3 years in April 2022.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And what motivates you to do what you do?
I think what gets me most excited when I work with a client is learning, like I mentioned earlier, kind of the humanity of the business. If someone has, not all of my clients have a brick and mortar storefront, but just as an example, if you have a brick and mortar storefront, you might walk by that store day in and day out on your commute to work or on your way home, whatever it is. Someone might walk by that store day in and day out and think, oh, that's just a store that sells whatever it sells, right? And
Mm-hmm.
not really think about what actually goes on inside. And a lot of the businesses I've worked with, they do have this really fantastic sense of community. Like I'm thinking of one right now. She's a custom framer, so she works with artists and she connects other artists with each other. If someone needs someone who is a specialist in this, she's able to make those connections. Someone trying to get into a gallery, she knows gallery owners, right? And it becomes this little community. You'd never know that walking down the street. You'd be like, oh, a frame store, I don't need a frame. And you wouldn't think anything of it,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Or why would I need to use custom frames? Who are the people inside of here? Why would I choose these people as opposed to going to Michael's to get my frame, right? Just being able to kind of go into these businesses and like crack them open for people before
Hmm.
they, make that decision to go in and experience it. They can kind of watch it and think, oh, that's really awesome. And that's for me. That's what really kind of lights me up.
That is very, very cool. Love
Thank
that.
you.
What was it like when you first started, looking back 2.5, 3 years ago?
Scary. It was definitely scary. I think for anyone starting a business, it's scary because you have to, the number one thing you're asking yourself is how do I get clients? Going into a business, there's a lot of procrastination you can do with, okay, I'll wait to start until my website's done, or I'll wait to start until my logo is perfect, or I'll wait to start until whatever it is. But really it's all a matter of, and I am grateful for, one of my mentors for this, for basically being like, yeah, I don't care what your website looks like right now, go out and sell something. And really having that push. I think there's so much
Yeah.
value in coaching at the beginning of starting a business, and having someone to kind of guide you along instead of just playing that guessing game. But yeah, it was definitely scary. I fortunately had like lined some stuff up before I left my job and was kind of just taking whatever I could get while I thought about what I wanted to be doing, and what kind of content I really wanted to focus on. So I was doing some weddings, which I don't do weddings anymore. I phased those out. They're not for me. I love a good wedding. I don't love working a good wedding. I don't love editing a wedding. It's just so much content. But I
Yeah.
was just, yeah, I was just doing
Gotcha.
what needed to be done. And then with the guidance of, I took a course that was specifically designed for video creators to create a video production business. It was like incredibly niche. And that was monumentally changing, like life changing for me to be able to build that confidence when first starting out. Cause I was just, I had a salary to rely on previously. And then it was like, all right, we got to hit the ground running.
Right. Good for you. And what would you say that your clients love most about your business?
I would say the feedback that I get the most or the most enthusiastic feedback I get on a regular basis is just people feeling so happy that they were heard, and that I was able to understand their mission and understand what they were going for. I think a lot of people, when you get so close to your business, it's like your baby. And to be able to work with someone who is going to showcase that business to the world, to get your messaging out there, you really need someone who for lack of a better word, like gives a care, right?
Yeah.
You
Fill in the
need
blank.
someone, yeah, you need someone who really cares. And I mean, I genuinely do. And I spend a lot of time with my clients trying to make sure that I'm understanding what they want to get out there. And that's at the beginning before we even shoot or anything. But at the end, when they see it all put together and they're like, that's exactly what I was trying to say, and you were able to put something together and showcase exactly what I was feeling, I think it's my favorite piece of feedback to receive, and fortunately it's one that comes frequently. So I would say that that's probably the biggest thing.
That must be very, very satisfying for you
Absolutely.
as an
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Any odd requests that you might have had that come to mind?
Yeah, I was thinking about this when you sent me these questions. I don't get it so much anymore, which is probably good and a testament to my own marketing. But I used to get a lot of questions about, oh, so you do social media, you can manage my social media. No, that's we're a video production company. Oh, so you do my website. No, we're a video production company. Oh, so you can help me with SEO. And I'm like, I'm not really sure where the disconnect is because this is still a video production company. And while video is a form of marketing, I would hate to ever say like, yes, I do know a lot about social media. Of course, it's inherent in being a marketing professional, but there is expertise in that industry. There is experts in that field. And I don't ever want to pretend like that's something that I am an expert at when there are experts out there. And so I think I get those requests from time to time of people just for whatever reason, it's like bold on the website that it's a video company. Can
They
you run
kind
my
of see it
social
as all
media?
one thing,
As
but it's
one thing, yeah,
very
and it
different.
happened
Yeah.
so much when I first started, and even in my in-house job, I worked in-house as the videographer, and I had a colleague who was the social media manager. For whatever reason, people were always like, so Paige, you know about social media. I was like, she's sitting right there. I don't know what it is, what the disconnect is.
The
But it
t-shirt.
is,
I don't
they
do
are
social media.
definitely separate things. Video can be used on social media, but it is also used in a million different other ways. So I think that's probably the most frequent odd request I get. I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from.
But the good thing is you probably have those contacts that you can refer people
Yes.
to for website and
Yes.
social media and everything else. SEO.
Fortunately, I do. Yeah.
Um, what else do you do besides work? It's a tough one for a lot of business owners.
I know, I know. I really value my work-life balance. I try not to work all the time. But like when asked these days what my hobbies are, I feel like they seem a little vanilla. Like my boyfriend and I do a lot of crossword puzzles. I
Oh, I
have
like that.
I have a dog. She's a little Yorkie, so going on walks with her, taking her down to the beach. I live right near the beach now, so I can take her there and let her run around. That like really brings me joy. Um, and obviously seeing friends, seeing family, those typical things. Doing a jigsaw puzzle, like I'm like crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. Like these things are not that like sexy, but those are kind of my hobbies these days. So I was getting really into yoga, but with COVID, it's kind of tapered off a little bit here and there, just like what studios are open and such. So I used to be a dancer my whole life, and that was always my default hobby. But when I
Cool.
retired from dancing, I'm still exploring. It's been a few years, but I was in a cornhole league
What
this
kind of
year.
dance?
I did jazz and contemporary pretty much my whole life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you ever want an online yoga class, I don't know if you've ever come across Yoga with Adrienne.
I have. Yeah, hers are good.
YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I definitely need to like get back into that.
yeah, I like doing that. It's easy. Just do it at home. So,
Hmm.
and then lastly, I just want to ask you to tell everyone how people can contact you and maybe if they can see samples of your work.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to see samples of my work, you can visit my website, which is mainpagemedia.com. It's currently getting redone. So if you check whenever you're watching this video, you might see the old version, you might see the new version. So I can't tell you where to click. Um, but you can go to mainpagemedia.com. That URL will be the same. You can also follow me on social at mainpagemedia on Instagram, on Facebook, or you can add me on LinkedIn, which I would just add me as a person, Paige V. Burns. I post a lot there as well.
Very good. I'm sure you have a great Instagram, so I'll be following you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for your time. It was
Of course.
fantastic learning a lot about your business. And yeah, can't wait to stay connected and, see where it goes from here. So thank you so much, Paige.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye, guys.